A bit of a monkey wrench this morning with an all coaching staff meeting with all of our coaches met today, so that's why we're running a little bit behind, but we'll go with Coach Coombs for about 7 minutes here, and he's kind enough to spend about 8 minutes outside, so we'll open up with questions. Doug, go ahead, please feel free to name and affiliation.
Doug Harris, KPI News.
Hi, Doug.
Coach, I just wondered, Travis Howard, 3 interceptions in 2 games is impressive. Just maybe talk about him a little bit and a little bit about the breakdowns maybe that you're seeing pass-wise in the secondary.
Sure. Travis, I would tell you, is really taking his business very, very seriously from the day that I arrived. He's worked very, very hard on improving his footwork, on having great vision on the quarterback, which I think is really important. Travis is a very gifted athlete. As far as the guys that I've coached, he's one of the best. And so his level of play, I think, is reflective of the work that he put in the offseason, and I think that he's doing really, really well. I'm not sure specifically when you talk about breakdowns. I think that we are playing multiple coverages, and there's a reason for that. Obviously, the teams have thrown 95 balls against us in 2 games, and so they decided they're going to throw the ball a lot. You've got to be more multiple in your approach, and anytime that you're multiple, you have the risk of making mistakes, don't like mistakes, not happy about breakdowns in any area of the field. But of course, when you make breakdowns in coverage, they're very visible. And so we're processing and working our way through that, and I think we'll have dramatic improvement in that area this week.
I wonder if, I think I counted 7 pass plays of 20 or more yards, 95 balls. Is that...
It's too high. 1 is too high. They're unacceptable. They're really unacceptable when it's a coverage breakdown. If you're in great coverage and they throw a ball up, they throw enough of them deep, 2 guys go up for the ball, sometimes one of them's going to catch it. But a guy wide open is unacceptable, and it will be corrected.
Far left, Dan.
Daniel from Atlanta.
Hi, Dan.
Urban Meyer mentioned how the cornerbacks have given up some big plays. What are you working on with them to get over that and not give up big plays, especially going up against a player like Keenan Allen this week?
Well, anytime you play a great receiver, you have to have tremendous respect for their ability and what they do well. Keenan Allen is a great route runner. He's got great speed. He does really well. He's got great body control when the ball's in the air. He goes and gets it, and they're going to run vertical routes. So he's going to be a factor. They'll do that with multiple receivers, but he's a tremendous talent. As far as what we're doing, we watch the film, we study the mistakes that have been made, and most of the errors that have been made have been as a result of communication breakdowns, corner to safety, safety to corner, somewhere in that process. And so those things are things that you continue to address, work on when you come in on Sunday, and hopefully on Tuesday when you get back out to the practice field, those things are corrected.
Far left, Lori.
Lori Schmidt, 97.
Hi, Lori.
Just to follow up on that, we've been told that there have been communication mistakes. As much as you can without giving away state secrets, what is the logistics of the way communication works in the secondary?
Well, I think the critical piece for our kids is to follow a process on every single play, and that process is to get the call from the sideline, find out the personnel group that the offense is using, identify the formation that the offense is in, understand the coverage nuances or changes that are based on either the personnel formation or our call, and then put those things into place. Make a plan and put those things into action when the ball is snapped. Any number of areas there can be a disconnect, whether it is getting the signal from the sideline, whether it is an understanding of the offensive formation, or in communication on the field based on what they see and the coverage that they're going to play. If you play a single coverage for an entire game, you have very few coverage breakdowns. At the same time, it can limit your ability to attack and discourage the offense from some of the things that they're doing. So I would say that in all of those areas, in the first 2 games, there have been some issues that are currently being worked on.
Far left, next to Dan. I don't know your name.
Grant Gannon with the Lantern. So Coach Myers said that his favorite 10 minutes of practice are working with the kickoff team. Is there anything special you see in that unit? And on top of that, do you see anything different with him while he's coaching that 10 minutes of practice?
I don't see anything different with Coach Meyer at any time that he's coaching anybody. But he enjoys it. I think the things about the kickoff team, and it's an energetic group of young players, kind of a group of unheralded kids. You know, we did our special teams recognition yesterday after the game, and we had 4 true freshmen and a walk-on that were recognized for their performance in the game on Saturday. Those were kids that really are contributing. You know, we said Saturday was the land of opportunity. You know, if you're a guy who's not necessarily starting on offense or defense, you need to find a way to contribute to the team, and some of those kids are really taking to that, and it's kind of fun to watch them play. They're excited about being on the field. They're excited about what we're doing, and that's why it's fun to coach them in practice, because they really are attacking what they're doing. And you know, they're very good players who have had bigger roles in their high school careers that all of a sudden we're asking them to do some things here that you know, they want to contribute. I think that's exciting.
Front, Dave.
Hi, Kerry. Dave Biddle from
Hi, Dave.
Bucknuts.com. Hi. Can you talk about the depth at cornerback? I know you have to feel good about your starters with Roby and Howard, but give us some insight on the depth behind those guys. Do you feel good about your depth, and just who would be the first couple guys to go in there?
I don't think you ever feel good about your depth. I'll let you know when we do. Everybody is a lot of those guys are playing. You know, Grant played 22 plays on Saturday. I thought he played really well. He had played 16 plays the week before, so he's getting a good opportunity to be out there and be tested. Adam Griffin is the next guy, and he's done extremely well in practice. He's Special Teams Player of the Week the first week. He's on the field. He's making a lot of plays. And then really the 2 freshman kids of the 3 that have separated themselves a little bit are Najee Murray and Armani Reeves. And they're contributing. They're both playing on special teams, and they're going to continue to work their way into the depth and get some time on the field.
Are Murray and Reeves, is that a pretty good battle to get on the 2 deep, or is there some separation there with Adam Griffin and Durant Grant compared to the 2 freshmen?
You know, I would like to say that the way that we are trying to approach things in our room is that we have 3 number 1s, Travis, Bradley, and Durant. Adam is the 4th guy right now, but those other 2 kids get a ton of reps with the 2s. And so they're competing very, very well. So I would say all 6 of those guys will have the opportunity at some point in time to be on the field this year.
Far right, Austin.
Austin Ward, ESPN.com.
Hi, Austin.
Kerry, Urban talked about maybe needing to blitz more to get some pressure on the quarterback. If that's the case, dial that up a little bit. How much pressure more does that put on your secondary guys to stay in coverage and not give up that big play when the blitz is going?
Well, anytime you add guys into the rush, you're taking them out of coverage, and so there's a give and take there. Whether it's a zone pressure or whether it's a man pressure, you're going to sacrifice something in the back end in order to add guys into the rush. I think our kids are very good man cover guys. I think they're capable and able to do that. What we would say is if we're going to add guys into pressure, we've got to shorten the clock for the quarterback. And if we're doing that, that's great news. And I think that we have a long history, and I think I love the way our guys pressure. And so I think that we have an expectation that we'll continue to do that and enhance that as we go forward.
Far back right, Marty.
Coach, Marty Bannister, 97.1 Fan.
Hi, Marty.
How does Zach Maynard stack up to the 2 quarterbacks you've seen the first 2 weeks?
Well, he's a very athletic kid. He's very fast. He does a great job avoiding pressure, pulling it down, making things happen. Sometimes scrambles to run, sometimes scrambles to throw. Makes a lot of big plays, and they're going to try to make big plays in the passing game. And obviously, that's something that we have to really, really focus on and eliminate from this week's game plan. He's got some talented receivers, and he knows how to get the ball to them. He's a pocket passer, but he can also throw out of the pocket. So I think he's a total package with and a guy who's got great experience. You know, he's played for a long time, and he's got great experience at a high level.
Last 2 questions, far left, Clay.
Coach, how are you?
Hi, Clay.
Ohio State's 3rd nationally in interceptions. Is there a lot of peaks and valleys? People talk about the breakdowns. Are you getting the consistency that you want?
Well, I don't.
Is it feast or famine? You know,
No, it's not feast or famine. I mean, I think that we have a clear expectation of trying to be, if not lead the country in interceptions, be in that top group. It's you want to be able to vision and break the ball when it comes out of the quarterback's hand, and you're going to be, in order to do that, you got to be multiple coverage based, which we are. And I think that the key to that obviously has been articulated already. Eliminate the mistakes in multiple coverages, going to give you a great opportunity to make those kind of plays and intercept the ball. We're going to try to intercept the ball by design. That's not accidental. We're going to go try to get out there and make some plays and make some picks in the secondary.
Last question in here, Jared.
Thank you. Kerry, Jared Small, NBC.
Hi, Jared.
I'm just curious, and I don't know how well you can answer this about Coach Tedford in particular. If you've ever studied him, if you've ever had any experience of looking at what specifically he does with a piece, he's known for developing quarterbacks, tremendous passing offenses over the years at Cal. What's unique? Do you have an inkling of what's unique about what he tries to do?
I don't think I would be. I think they have talented players, which I think is a great starting point. They're a Pac-12 team. They've got guys and have put guys in the NFL at the skill positions offensively. Great running backs, great receivers. And obviously quarterbacks. So I don't know whether that is a system-based thing or recruiting-based thing. They've got talent. Now we've watched them. We've watched all their games from last year. I don't have a great familiarity with them traditionally for years past because they're a Pac-12 team. But there you can tell when you turn the film on, they have an offensive plan and they have a plan of attack for everybody they play. And I'm sure they're going to come in here on Saturday with a specific plan to attack the Buckeyes. And our reaction to that will determine our success.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.